So, Senator Tommy Tuberville is holding up over 300 promotions in the military because of abortion, which doesn't make any sense to me at all. So, we're going to talk about that a little bit and why we think Tommy Tuberville is a raging idiot. Welcome back. My name is Jeremy Baker. With me, as always, is Mike Felino. What's going on,
How you
Mike?
doing? Not too much. I'm excited to talk about a complete and utter moron today.
Yes, me too, actually. So first, let's go ahead and show. We have a picture of Tommy Tuberville working in his office.
Hard work.
Yeah, working hard in his office here. So we got that. I love that. I'm a general. Pew pew pew. With the MAGA tag. He put the MAGA tattoo on. That's funny, man. I love that. I mean, that's basically what he looks like.
That's what all these Republicans are. They think they're these big tough men.
Yeah, and now I grew up in the military. That's an excuse for he keeps saying I'm more military than anybody. Ain't no more in the military than me. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I grew up in the military. I served too, but I don't go running around saying, "Oh, I'm more military than anybody else in the world."
The only people who say that are people ridiculous. Who didn't serve.
Right. The guy's never served a day in his life. He doesn't understand. But the thing is, he's holding up promotions, which is more money for these families. And the military, the way it works, they don't get paid retroactive back to the fact that he's being an asshole. They get paid from the time they get the promotion. So they're just losing out on money. They're losing out on opportunities. You know what I mean? And I know what it's like growing up in the military. So relocating is a bitch, especially when you're moving from country to country. I had to experience that multiple times. So it's no joke. And this guy just, because of his views on abortion of all things, is why he's doing it. And that's what pisses me off.
It's not as much as it is about the respect for the actual people themselves, the people who are serving. It's also about security. Not every one of these promotions is just like, okay, you're this now. A lot of them, if not the majority of them, are to fill positions. So there are empty positions within the highest ranks of our military across all branches that are being held up and kept vacated because of this one person's view on a woman's right to her body.
Right. And again, like we say in previous shows, I think personally that the only view a man should have regarding abortion is that we support the woman's right to choose what to do because it's her body and we don't have a damn clue what it's like to go through a pregnancy.
Done.
You know what I mean? Period. End of story.
If you're not going to support, shut up.
Right. Now here is Tommy Tuberville is a former football coach. So he thinks he knows about stress and shit. But here's him on CNN explaining how he's against white nationalists. And then he turns around and explains how he is one, which I'll point out to you here in a second. This makes me laugh.
It's pretty nice.
When our military was being attacked after 9/11, after January the 6th, and that was my first day on the Senate floor, I thought it was outrageous of what senators from the Democratic side, Chuck Schumer said on the floor that night, calling people racist, calling people nationalists, white nationalists. White nationalists is just another word that they want to use other than racism.
Yes.
I'm totally against anything to do with racism. But the thing about being a white nationalist is just a cover word for the Democrats now where they can use it.
He just thinks that the left uses the white nationalists as a slur word. No, that's not.
That's really not.
Identity politics.
We didn't make up the term.
I'm totally against that. But I'm for the American people. I'm for military. I'm for Christian conservatives, Democrats,
I'm against identity politics unless it's my identity.
That's what it's all about.
So he just said he's against white nationalism, and then he's like, I'm a Christian, I'm a white, rich Christian conservative. Like, basically, like, dude, you're dumb. Man. You are so dumb. But this guy's in charge of all the military promotions. How did he get this fucking job? Like, it doesn't even make sense to me why they would give this guy a position like this. And this is detrimental to national security, people. It's not just like, you know what I mean? Holding up a few promotions. Oh, no big deal. Everything will go on. No, there are people that are having health issues as an end result of Tommy Tuberville's selfishness and his personal agenda. Recently, a general, what was the name of the general? But
that
had a heart attack.
Oh, there it is.
Anyway,
Eric Smith.
Yeah, Eric Smith had a heart attack because he was doing basically 2 jobs in one of the highest positions possible in the military. And obviously they feel like that contributed, because I can't even imagine the amount of stress that would cause somebody. And they blame Tuberville, obviously, because he's the one holding up the goddamn thing,
Yep.
the promotions. So it only
Yep.
makes sense. So this is Tuberville's ridiculous response.
Oh, he clutches his pearls. You
Somebody
could
said
actually
he's
see the
working
moment he
18
does.
hours a day. Jack Reed blamed me for his heart attack. Come on, give me a break. This guy's going to work 18, 20 hours a day no matter what. That's what we do. You know, I did that for years.
Yeah, that's what senators
Because you
do.
got to get the job done, and you take it. You try to do everything yourself. So we're not going to go down that road.
When
What
I
a
was
dick,
a football coach.
Right? Yeah. A football coach.
Come
Yes.
on.
Okay. I understand that. Yes. That was probably stressful, but people's lives were not on the line. Countries weren't at stake. And you didn't have the responsibility of being in charge of thousands of people, tens of thousands of people. You know what I mean? And weapons. Like, you didn't have weapons when you were a football coach. I don't believe that. Usually I would believe would be a flag, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so dumb that he would compare himself in any way to the amount of pressure that a high-ranking official or a high-ranking general would go through, especially if they're doing multiple people's jobs. One job alone is enough to give you a goddamn heart attack. Like, I watched my dad go through the military for the first 15 years of my life, man. I saw some of the stuff he used to go through. So, and he was enlisted, you know what I mean? He wasn't an officer. So when you get to general, the amount of responsibility you have is epic. Like, the stuff you don't want to even know about, these people are responsible for. And he's holding all of this up because of abortion. It's such bullshit.
I think it's a pretty spectacular condemnation on what the Republican Party thinks or how they view the rest of the world and everyone in it. This guy literally thinks that his job as a football coach is somehow even in the same room of a conversation as someone serving in the military. But these are the same people that think, you know, we could just fire all the woke teachers and put anyone in to be a teacher. You know, we don't need training to be cops. I mean, you could just give someone a gun who was a really good bully in high school. The point is these guys, the Republican Party doesn't believe in specialization, right? Dr. Fauci doesn't know anything. He's just a doctor. What do doctors know? They don't believe in education. They don't believe in experience. They believe that they think they know something better, and that's enough to make it true.
Right.
Okay.
And you know what?
Come on.
Personally, I don't give a shit if my tax dollars go to pay for an abortion if that person is helping defend the security of the United States and other countries, man. Like, why would you not allow that person to have an option? Because that's what the military is, defense. And you know what I mean? And you can't not allow somebody to have the option, especially in the military.
I don't understand. I should have written down the comic's name, but the other day I was trolling through Reels and I came across someone who I really wish I remember their name, and I apologize. So this is not my thought. This is not my joke. Nothing about this is mine. But they basically were saying how, why don't we start including healthcare as personal defense and slide it right into the defense budget? Be like, hey, right, if they're going to get us with biological warfare, we got to make sure our vaccines are up to date to prevent against that. So like, but it's one of those things where if it's almost, we've gotten to the point where framing an argument means nothing anymore, because you could say whatever you want to mean whatever you want. And that's what the Republicans have done, right? He's not no one's more military than me. You didn't serve. So everyone who served is more military than you. You are not, we don't believe in white Christian nationalism as a phrase. Okay. It's still a thing that exists. You could say you don't believe in it. Like they've tried to destroy words. They tried to destroy words and then rebuild words to make people think what they say is true and what everyone else agrees is wrong isn't.
It's incredibly stupid. But even now, the Republicans are starting to pressure Tuberville on the holds. So a blockade of almost 400 military nominees. And hopefully they're going to be. I wish these guys would just talk this guy into some sense or slap the shit out of him or something, whatever works, because this has gotten ridiculous. So there was the whole I am more military than anybody. I got a clip. This is from a Jesse Dollemore show. And yeah, they got an appropriate response. I love this part.
This issue gets resolved as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, there's nobody more military up here than me, but I just hope we can work this out. The problem that I have, and I represent people in Alabama.
I think it's important to
I had
point
to cut
out
part of that out because he keeps
and
rambling
comment
on
on
it.
what Senator Tuberville just said. I think the quote was, "There's nobody more military than me." As far as I could tell, there's at least
Oh, that's
4
Mark
of
Kelly,
us,
isn't it?
maybe more, that served in the United States military,
I believe so.
in some cases for decades, and at least 3 combat veterans.
Ouch.
So I take great
Whoops.
exception
Ouch.
to what Senator Tuberville had to say. And I've heard him say it before, and it just doesn't make any sense. So I wish you would please reevaluate
Think about the words you
what
say.
you think your
Yeah.
experience, and just be a little bit more careful about what you say about the United States.
It's funny how
Like,
every single time it's a Democrat that actually defends the military. The Republicans want you to think that defending the military is giving them all personal nuclear tactical devices and not questioning anything they do. Oh, well,
Right.
they're just serving, so that's it. No. The Democrats are the ones that are like, let's hold people in the military accountable for doing wrong. Let's support the ones in the military for doing right. Let's make sure that we don't send them off to die haphazardly, like
Right.
Nikki Haley wants to just start a war with China. And then you get people like Tommy Tuberville who just, it's creepy how he feels he has to say no one's more military than me, ... But like, is it just if I get this little soundbite in, that'll gloss over everything else I say because I said I love the military and you have to take me at face value, right? I just
Right.
it's fucking sickening. It's gross.
It is. It really is, and it's the blatant hypocrisy of the Republican Party just glaring at every step of the way. So yeah, I'm tired of this guy, and he's at this point jeopardizing national security.
Yep.
So if anything does happen, we can thank Tommy Tuberville for his
Thanks.
yeah, great work, Senator. And and please, I watched my dad go to Desert Storm. My dad was in Vietnam and Desert Storm.
That's insane.
And to compare that to being a football coach, you know what I mean? Kiss my ass, dude. There's no comparison whatsoever.
There is a good George Carlin bit where he compares baseball to football, and the whole point is that football is this creepy, almost homoerotic militarization of sports. The field general, the long bomb, march the troops. It's just creepy, but I'm telling you, these people that worship football in this country literally think that football is as close to the military as you can get. And it is as farthest from the military as you can get.
Right. So that guy is in charge of all these promotions.
Yep. All these people that have put their lives on the line.
Again, thank your Republicans for that, because the Democrats had nothing to do with that one.
Nope.
And obviously are trying to talk these people into some sense, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. We have a shutdown looming. Today is Veterans Day. We want to pay tribute to all the veterans out there that are here, that have fallen. My dad passed away years ago. I was a vet, or I guess I am a vet. I guess he kind of was like, I don't think that expires, does it? No.
Unless you're dishonorably discharged. I don't know.
I was just one of those soldiers that didn't go through anything. I didn't accomplish shit during my career, so there's nothing really to talk about. So everybody have a good rest of your weekend, and that'll be it for today, unless you got anything else, Mike.
Tommy Tuberville, military genius, American hero, MAGA patriot, piece of shit.
Not only are they ripping the country apart with division, they're actually jeopardizing the military and ripping it apart from the inside.
That's MAGA.
So, like I always say, the insurrection continues.
That's it.
All right, man. We will have a good weekend, and we will talk to you soon.
Take it easy.